Hello and welcome to WEAP instructional videos. My name is Stephanie and today we'll be modeling the impacts of water collection labor such as is experienced by women and children in many parts of the world. This activity was designed by Laura Forney as part of the Gender and Social Equality program at SEI. A variant of the suite of user-defined variables shown in this video can be downloaded by going to the Advanced option and selecting Plugins, Download, and opening the options and seeing the Water Collection Opportunity Cost plugin, which you can select and download. In front of us we can see two demand sites, which are both part of the same small city but represent different populations with different water access. The first demand site, Small City WIP, stands for water in premises, so this population has access to river water, perhaps by a network. The second demand site, Small City NWIP, which stands for no water in premises, has access to groundwater through a water well. In this case, it's a water well that they have to walk to. Let's see how this looks in the data view. Under water use, we have the population of both demand sites. This data comes from a paper by Graham et al. 2016. And we have their water use. The population with water in premises uses 75 liters per person per day, which we've multiplied by 365 to create our annual water use rate. The population with no water in premises uses considerably less, 15 liters per person per day. For this activity, we've created a user-defined category called Gender and Social Equality. There are 7 tabs inside of this, and we'll start by looking at the percentage of adult female collectors. And we see that for small city water in premises, there are no adult female collectors of water because the water is in the premises. Whereas for small city no water in premises, 72% of all the people collecting water are adult females. For the child collectors, the percentage is 18%. We also have data related to capacity per trip, in this case 15 liters. Note that if you're following the gender tutorial, these first 3 variables will be key assumptions rather than variables within the gender and social equality category. However, if you're using the WEAP plugin, the variables will be inside the gender and social equality category. Having entered this data, we can calculate the number of trips that women and children in this population without water in premises have to take each month to collect enough water to supply the demand for this population. So under child trips, we see that this is a result of the water demand multiplied by the percentage of child collectors and divided by the capacity per trip. Notice that for the capacity per trip, we've changed the units to cubic meters because WEAP will default it in liters and that would create incorrect results. For the adult female trips, we see the same equation, and we see that in some months the women are required to make 1.5 million trips to collect water for this demand site. We can also calculate the minimum opportunity cost of time for both children and women by multiplying the number of adult trips by 0.5 for the unit hours. This is assuming that each trip is at least half an hour to get the water. It could be more. These results can also be viewed in the results section. And here we can see that the minimum opportunity cost and time for women in this demand site is over 9 million hours per year. And it grows over time as the population in the demand site grows. This is the equivalent to a year of work for 5,000 women each year. Similarly, for the children, the opportunity cost and time is 2.2 million hours a year. Because the time requirement to go to school is less than the time requirement for a full-time job, this 2.2 million hours for the children in this demand site is equivalent to a year of school for 9,000 children. With this structure in place in the model, the users can investigate their own systems and calculate what the results are for the women and children who are collecting water in those places. The structure of this model can be downloaded using advanced plugins and looking for the gender plugin online. This has been a WEAP instructional video. Good luck with your models.